So everything that we do matter, and therefore we need to be conscious of what we're doing. That's how come this year we have chosen to get to the communities to undertake some activities together with them and the victims, partnering us to undertake these activities, to communicate to them as part of our mandate. As part of our mandate, creating awareness, sensitizing people, preparing them and training people to take or initiate actions to prevent disasters in their own communities.
One of the things that, for me in 2015, because I saw the disaster firsthand, I saw people being packed into buckets of trucks. I saw people make statements. John Mahama made statements, Nanado made statements, the Zaneto Ajmarodlands made statement, Samia Yaban Nkrumah in the rain. I saw all of them. I have it all captured on tape. Fast forward, one of the things that I thought was missing was an evacuation center. Do we have an evacuation center in that area?
Well, we ought to have evacuation center because it's supposed to be
you have not answered my question. You can answer then explain.
Right.
We didn't have an evacuation center. That's how the people gathered at Goel filling station. Today, 8 years on, do we have an evacuation center?
No, we don't have evacuation center.
Now you can explain why you don't have it.
We're supposed to have evacuation center as part of our disaster preparedness plan. But we need to have, we need to settle on where it's supposed to be evacuation center as a whole. And therefore, it becomes a bit of issue because our place is already built area. We don't have lands available. We have government properties like Independence Park, we have stadium, we have forecourt of Parliament House, and so on and so forth, that in an emergency, you may have to fall on those places. But those places are largely not designated evacuation centers. You see, so that's what it is. But we also have designated some places, some public schools, and so on and so forth, to be safe haven when there is a disaster.
In your municipality, for example, where?
In our municipality, for example, we have Adaraka Presby as safe haven. We have Adaraka cluster of schools as safe haven in case there is an emergency. We may have to move people there. We've moved people to Cathedral before, so there is that working relation. When there is an emergency, we may have to fall on them. But all these institutional places are institutions that are being run. So when there is an emergency, you have to talk it out to agree, because when school is in session, you may have to get the school, the education director to direct that the school be closed down. What happens if they are in an examination period?
So clearly you have a desire to have an evacuation center, but what plans have we made towards it? I'll come to you in some shortly, but what plans have we made towards it? I'm interested in that.
Yes,
very, very much, because in trying to manage and prevent disaster, or prevent and manage disaster, that's a fundamental thing.
Certainly, but as I said, there is a need for us to have,
I agree with you,
land available.
Do you have a plan?
Yeah, we've been considering, we've been talking about it as part of our preparation. We've been discussing it. Even last week, Wednesday, we had a simulation exercise. All those things emerged once again to be factored in our next disaster preparedness plan. But as I said, we should be able to pinpoint to a particular land to say, from this time forth, this land will be designated as evacuation center.
Okay.
So we are considering and looking around to see whether we can get land available.
I see. Esenam, the rains are here again. And you usually hear, oh, move to higher ground. NADMO will come around, assess the situation, blankets, buckets, raw rice. I've always had a problem with how we give people whose kitchens have been washed away raw rice. Where they're going to boil it, I don't know. But what's the plan for this year? Because your area, your municipality, it's a flood-prone area. Whether you like it or not, pray or you can, fast or you can, it will flood. What's the plan?
Okay, so as you rightly said, we are in the rainy season, and we've already kickstarted disaster prevention education and sensitizations in the communities. We've been to the mosque, we've been to some of the schools, the lorry parks, just to create the awareness. We've been doing this for some time now. NADMO, especially Colleague say we don't only do ride sharing, and yes, we go through all the stages of disaster management, be it from the prevention to mitigation to preparedness to response and recovery. So we are doing a lot of sensitization in the communities. We are doing educating them what to do, actually to a large extent prevent it.
But that's not new to NADMO in terms of public education, NCC and all of the ISD. That's not new to you. For me as a communicator, if I keep communicating with people, I keep giving them information which is useful to them, which will salvage their lives and property, and every now and then the same thing reoccurs, then there's something wrong with the communication, because the assimilation of the communication and the feedback is what will help the people change their attitude. So it's either they are entrenched in what they are doing and they are not listening to you, or we are not communicating to them right. One of two. What have you found to be the situation?
Well, I think they are entrenched to say, like my boss will always say, we should keep going, we should keep saying it. They will change, but it has to take some time. And that is why this time we partnered with the victims. When you see those victims in your homes and looking at their situations, I mean, you should communicate something to you. They have been there. They are telling you that this is the situation. This is what you have to do. I think that's, in a way, should send some signal to you. So this year, that is what we've been doing. The June 3rd, normally we commemorate it on a day.
Right.
But this time we've decided to move most of our disaster prevention activities to this time to make the necessary impact.
Okay.
So like my boss said, we've done a desktop simulation on floods. In case there's flood now, what do we do? So we have a disaster committee from ambulance service, from military, from
fire service. And all of that.
So we did a desktop simulation. We've done cleanups in some of the communities, Odona, Asalam Down, Usu, most of the flood-prone areas with the victims, so that it will send the signal.
Adabraka didn't used to flood when I was growing up. What do you think is the cause of the flood, Reverend?
Yes, growing up also in Adabraka area, we didn't used to see a lot of flood. But I think development and human activities are largely contributing to these things. Development in the sense that we saw some houses unpaved. Now every house is paved. Again, human activities, and because the place is becoming a growing commercial area, I mean, human activities also causing waste generation. So this waste, if it's not properly managed and ends up in the drains, always create problems. When we undertook this cleanup exercises, desilting the drains, in fact, even though the assembly has desilting gang periodically desilting our drains, the filth we collected from the drains will amaze you. And when the drains are full or half full, what happens is that when there is a little downpour, a lot of water will not enter the drains. It will find its way because the drains are already full, find its way into homes. So these are some of the things that are causing it. And again, as people generate waste and are not ready to bear the cost of managing it by way of giving it to a proper waste management company to take it to where it's supposed to be managed well, and give it to these junkies, and sometimes put them in a bag and drop it sometimes by the roadside and all that. All these are creating a lot of problems.
But I thought that as a municipal assembly, you had bylaws, and you had waste management companies assigned to you.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And every household was supposed to be hooked onto it.
That's right.
And so if you are not hooked onto it, it flies in the face of the bylaw, the punitive sanctions that come along with it. And then you also had in your bylaws, because it's your duty as an, not you as an, but because you're assembly, right? Manage the waste, management of the waste. So when you're telling me this now,
yes,
I find it quite strange.
Yeah, you have you are right in saying this, right? But what I would say is that yes, we have the mandate in managing the waste, and we've been doing that. But for instance, when someone carries waste from his home and drop it by the roadside and you don't see it, I mean, he gets away with it. But those we have been, seen, we've arrested them, and some have been prosecuted. And as we speak now, just last week, 3 people were prosecuted, and they are in Isawam now, as we speak. And
is it possible? And I'm asking that. I've asked Nia J. Soa before, when it was mayor, before your municipality was carved out of.
That's right.
Yours was a sub-metro at the time. I asked him this. I said, look, Kwame Nkrumah Circle, which falls under your jurisdiction, some part of it under Okankwe, that's AMA, and some are under Central or something like that. I asked a question. I said, look, Nkrumah Circle is like a New York. How is it that the New York doesn't go to sleep? We go to sleep. And then we come in the morning and see people swept here yesterday and it's dirty by dawn. Is it possible to have a 24/7 assembly watching and policing and making sure that if you drop it, Salifu Amankwa will visit you?
This Salifu Amanka issue, I remember last time we were having a meeting and it came up and generated another debate. In a way, yes.
But he showed us that he could do it. It could be done.
Yes. You see, so for some of us think that people must be punished hard for just littering about, most especially in the city, because our municipality becomes the heart of the city. Well, we are housing the parliament. We used to have the seat of president. We have housing almost.
In fact, the AMA is actually your tenant.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You see, housing all the ministries and all that. So our municipality is the heart of the city, and therefore we cannot afford to allow people to mess.
That's the very, very reason you should not go to sleep.
Yes. So
you should run a 24-hour assembly.
Certainly.
You agree with me on that one?
I do. And yes, we do have a team that go around in the night. That's how come we are able to arrest people and get them prosecuted. But as you said, if we're going to run 24 hours, then it means that our workforce must increase, and the wage bill too is not easy. As you speak now, I'm a member of management, and I know how much we're sweating.
I'll give you a simple proposal. Those metro guards who come to work after 8, and by 3:34 they are in a hurry to go home. My mother worked at AMA, so I've seen them more than 20 years of my life.
Okay.
And some of them who come to work, if there's no task force job, they come and sit either on the tree or something and be playing draft and idle talk. Divide them into 2. Give them a schedule. Those who come for the morning shift, those who come for the evening shift.
Okay.
And then you rotate and run shift for them. It's possible. You don't need to increase the numbers. So you need to manage the resource the human resource work.
So I think it's a good point.
Because this morning there are some of them who are not going on road duties. They are not going anywhere. They have just worn the uniform. They are walking around the office.
Yes, you see, we have a big challenge on our hand, and this is the challenge. You see, the Tudu area, the Abuja CMB area, the Kingsway area, all these places are being turned into a market, and it's not supposed to be so. So the large chunk of our task force are always deployed to these areas to manage these places.
Okay.
And part of Circle. So, in fact, as for our task force, they are always on the ground working. Yet, we are also seeing some deficiency because you have them deployed.
Yeah.
Working, but you always see people also emerging in some places
doing their things
on
their own.
Yes, that we need people to also be detailed there. So, in fact, the issue about the workforce, yes, we can manage the little resource we have, the human resource we have. However, I mean, it is also clear to us that there is a need to also beef it up a little.
All right.
But we are struggling.
If you show what you can do, personally, I'll advocate for you to get more works.
Yes.
Yeah. So don't sleep. Number one, do 24 hours. Let me see. Show working. Then I'll come. I'll say something for you.
We want you to advocate for us, and that is how come this time around we are saying we are taking a lot of our activities to the community members.
So show me work. Show working.
Yes.
Then I'll
in fact,
show your scorecard. Then I'll support you. Estina will have the final word on this one.
Let me say this in quick. Unfortunately,
use the microphone for me.
Unfortunately, we couldn't send a lot of our videos on the work we've done to you, but we will leave it behind.
Don't worry. Show working. Then
we'll leave it behind.
I like evidence.
Yes, we will leave it behind, and we'll be working and be sending you a lot of evidences so that you keep doing the advocate for us.
But number one, don't sleep.
All right.
Because when the Circle Dubai was built, you had some coastal guards wearing yellow and something. They were directing people where to pass, which lawns to use and all of that.
They were under the contractors.
And they have all vanished.
Yeah, they were.
Now people walk in the grass.
Yeah, they were employed by the contractors.
Yeah, but people now walk in the grass.
Yes.
Because I monitored the place. Esinam, you have the final word.
Yeah, so I'm happy you are saying you back us if we show working.
That's
actually, right. Nadmo Koleklote, we've done a lot. We are still doing. We are saying that even though Nadmo has the mandate to manage disasters, we need support of everyone, corporate organizations, philanthropists, Johnny, TV3, everybody should come on board. We have evidence. We are doing a lot. Come on board. Let's do this together. So when we come out to you asking for support to embark on our activity, because you know what government gives is woefully inadequate. So when we come out to you asking for your support, please don't hesitate. Join us.
I don't hesitate at all. In fact, before some of you got your ID card, I had to say it on TV over and over again.
Yeah.
Common ID card. So I've been with you people since. Well, if you don't show working, there's very little I can do.
We'll keep showing you work.
Thank you. Reverend Daniel Odei Apia, NADMO Director, Clote Kole Municipal Assembly, and Esinam Ajo Nogbe Apau, Special Duties, NADMO Kole Clote Municipal Assembly. Grateful that you could join us this morning. We're happy. Let's have a conversation now with some victims of the June 3 disaster.
I've been through a lot, but grace sustained me.
3FM Sunrise.
It's now a testimony.
Start your day with Sunrise.
So the essence of my
92.7
praise
3FM.
is centered on your grace. Ajum. It was you, my lawyer in that court.
Akwaba, good morning.
Good morning.
Patrick, what to say? Bibi Aboko.
Boko.
June 3 Dubium, Ebon Como, Pacho Mom Ding Maya, Chief.
Pacho from Kasim Suraj.
Okay, a bon come up. Pacho was where?
Pacho from Alex Mensa,
and boss. Thomas H. Pacho by microphone, Mamma Kakrawai. And we're going to have this conversation in Chi and I am Cabrofo.
Pajan Kachi.
Enkatwi. And I'll make a brofo. Then I'll see A, no. Because A no go pe brofo. Yeah, ngame mamu discombobulated agglomerate back on ABF Hussein Proverbs kakra ne dem musana. Na afiasa subium. This echnabe 8 years. Amoko or how name Konadem. First of all, I didn't know okay, Chief.
Pacho, Mr. Bomidi, your friend Kasim Suraj. Young boy, China about 8 years. The Dam Susia, Neka, your busia phone, I assure you, I will home. And a young Cassa, Yapomundina, assassin. Na ama onkranche na share no na I say abafom because wona nipa munkuwa na I say be adom wono na o dojo because we shall be obe show ni ma fiti osru aba asente ama yankasa nipa musi na enhyada anye de emfa yon enhyem bebresa
boss na wonso
tell me maybe na ekana enye easy ema ya client safi bedu say na say share na sa say the menu na so esi kana and that say the na sa na kai dey see na kai
boss mintu nko
medika meda wase ada watiefo nyina se me ejunted victim be ohwe manima omega say me dey bibia
you dey bibia anyo because ohwe Kasim ne obra
dokore bibi to me na nyame adom ena ama me duru ba bia ma yedai
eden na to
mesisibi manim ena me hu na me tuyin machi nyina nti eduru se ya na yakai o mo firi mu no be ni nyina achi no nyame ne nkunindi hene ena yakai ho abomu se yebesuasua hu bia yedai
right
afiri atorenche na yedai atuyin mu nti se yi ani beduru se ya ye nyina yakai ho bomu etena se adwendwen efa niema atorenche ne yedai esiye hawa yapomuden ya yaka no be nwenwen nkofa program bi nti yakai ho abom a ye hwe ani mu se nyame ya adom no de adom no dum ya ochena a ye mfi nwoche no nyina ye betimi ahia adwendwen ehunu kwan ye befa so a ye nso ye betimi ne mpanyimfo bi ahwe abom aboa sadi o man no fi ne no ma no adokoro ye no betoto yi
ojidi se e fi no na ma juntre no bai
pacho medawase ne nyina somehow no aya na ejina ye nipadua no eso because enkroma circle said ye odi kan na obisa na dum Mr. Ode question bi no esa enkroma sometimes yes bi no eye mpanyimfobia na omohwe kwa me enkroma circle no na omonoma ene omofo bi no na eye besese no enoma entesa besese noma eden asesa kakra because sese kwa me enkroma circle since omoye road no wie no omoye interchange no ewie ye omofre ho Dubai no some house bibiri wo hono ma omosisi no wo hono mo some house bibiri kwan no omoye no house bibiri wo hono ma omosisi no wo hono mo enti now ya nsuo to a de fraud ne ban road no su nyina etime fraud
first na ntesa because first no roads no monye ye no na undergrounds no some roads hold to be the one so ni timunya kwan ye den eko na two efine de edoso because bi no minsu we kura na ohwe gata na da ho dura na wagya to mu enti efine nso de utimu yi gata ni mu yie na emu no se de expand kakra no emu da ho no ma ensu ni timunya kwan ye den eko enti efine nso edimu eka ho bi pa be yi nipa no titru na ye wo ma nu no na yese no ma Kasim ojidi se amanfo huma omu tumi sua di fi mo ho se nia tumu yi omu nso manye ahweyie amanage imra ni efini environment ni ya ebi betumi ato
Pacho midasi na misachia 3FM tifo nyina anokore tama director frese yembe kamuna ye jmandina yenma amanfo hu se ehu the situation tina yako yejma na amanfo hu anokore yako asalam down na medugo tabin na achoki kura anka sada na so to etoya anka nso entimi fasa sagata yoko ya na uma mbechum ojina hwemi sa na satam na minu amso omo bibi nti ma mini ejina hwemi na onti ase eno bisanse na denso na me wa hasi ena mi cheche man se o yesese gota musi flood bia ensamba se no se oh wow eyepa na yama wana ye na omo so mede obi abehye se ni fini nim so on so obi ni ana ma min koy ndi anukre de mpinifo no efre se yen so yen beboa na amanfo emfa ya example so yen so eye
Nkrofo be na mo ni o ma enyanketa ho mo start ya die mo ni nad mo ya collaboration kwani wana mo ni o mo abonkomo
me da was me so media Alex Mensa na ni nyina ne say the Mr. Denedmo coordinator ejuma mo ye be ka ho ye no me fi say ye wo how kakran so wo e ho no e kire say because of how no kire say ejuma din be be hwe me phone so dey na nye juma ketwa na o me aye na day before ya me fan say ya call 3 weeks ni
okay
you be with me 2 times a week ejuma ekoko ye wa dabraka asala we odona Sahara horrible ya ko hodi no odi kam ye ko yi gata enwura na e wo gata nu ni following day ko no wasan fa manfo anua na kase wo mu no obomutu anua na kase wo mba yeduo ne sedere nso nu to no mu se so no efro nanka nsu to ye no o san ka bibitimi si e wo ho na ho timi yiri but enam say
moko yi mu ni nti
mo me ko yi nti no ye hu ni sa sede osu ye san ko osu enso nie o ye kokoye wo hono no osu kura ni ensu kura se ewure ko yi wo ho kura se be do so chen de asalam down ne
osu Oxford Street
pepepe
baby a stores akese ni shops akese akesefo ni nyina aba no e ho fi no e do so chen adabraka ho
enya de kitwa ena Zula your council kaya ho aye kokoye nti se ye wo TV so ye o mu station anu wa 3 FM so e be da Zula your force because omo bo e pa ne cars omo de e bo na bo kire se ko srom ho mo no car no mo de e mo e fia esesa
inti mwankasa kasa mo ko gata no mo ko yi efi ni bi
yankasa inti die
na mo wa hodin there because jashishe ni ade there
oh do no ye do ye nyina ye do so inti ebi mo de kakra no esim eyi ebi kura hwi balo ebi prepla ye o ma o mo prepla reading o mankasa o mo workers so e ka ye ho na Zula ye fon so ka ye ho eme fo so ka ye ho ne mo ha wana kakra na me se ye woni se e wo sanka amansan no
kokma onye ama
mi pacho ne fache mi pacho ha kakra ne ye woni se na ye ma wona bo ehu se o sanka edumaden ye se da medias no nkamba boy na nka bia nka mutwa na ye ba na nka mansan so hu edumaden a
moye
ye se be ya amafo beti ye nka but ye besre mo ha kakra ye won ti bibisa na bia oto insafre mo na nka mansan na bo hu dodo ahwe eduma ye nkudi se de mi ne yika se obi be hu na ubo hu ye na o hwese de se ye di dem aye na se enam sadi we hu ti no se me foka kura na metika mu a obi mpese obetra me nchen o less sit ni so aye ma ansa nipa na yeden abemi ana ye feel bad but se BBC na se bebe gina o kire se BBC na ye me nti no ye sisi ye mantem ye patem na ankofa bisa ama fi se ebe boy nti ebe stre mu dies no se nyame boa na se ona butu na mon na se oba mu ha ye ni ehua na ode boy enye se bibia nti se bia be ka kina wadi ensa pan na bibisa ba yestrema musu mbedi echina wame ati asese every month bia no 2 weeks weekend Friday Saturday bia wo bia no ye be wa ko yesa ade no ebuan so ye koye ye hu se ɛboa paa nyɛ adwuma ketewa na yɛyɛ no nti mebɔ mpaeɛ sɛ ɔde videos no bɛba na nso wahwɛ adwumaden a yɛaka no hɔ
o si amanfo ho ma na asɛ no ɔmo pomo
ɛndeɛ nokorɛ sometimes mekaa bɛka junction obi kura hwɛ me na moto bɛbɔ no obi hwɛ me ma moto bɛbɔ no
sɛdeɛ nti
sɛdeɛ menim sɛ me so na ma me so sese sɛ obi ehu sɛdeɛ wahyehyɛ ayɛ na ebi nso fele bad ma wo ebi nim ade kɔde ɛyɛ wo obi nso no nim deɛ nti a wadi dem even kura no me ma kura me wo mo no yeyi me fi hospital by no ɔmo so nyom papa na me sese na na ebi etimi bɛn mi kakra ɛna yɛ wɔn kala bi nso wɔ age bi wɔ mo humia no mu su no mu dwane na sɛ me bɛn mu sese na ɔmo nyi wenti no bibia ni pado do nso agru bebre sa sɛ me nua na ka no gisa bi yɛ kɔdɔgye fa baby fuflo timi so me fi sɛ deɛ ɔna bɔ me yɛ no sɛ timi bɛtimi so na yɛ show deɛ nti ato yɛ deɛ nti ma yɛ sɛ nyɛ sɛ na yɛ tie na ɛbɛboa yɛ nti media sin deɛ media ɛne yɛn dwun telephone no ehia yɛ pa
na mma no wa he
bacho mo ma 5
sese ejuma no ɛkɔ ne sɛ tumi yɛ ejuma
sɛ ejuma mi ankasa no
sɛ ma bebre na ejuma sɛ yɛ
titi ande mi nyɛ ejuma bia driving work na mesua yɛ do no minya ka adwuma na metwi megye spec kakra ba tenam sɛ de ma share nti no ku bi okura sɛ wo kɔpɛ ka o mo bi gye sɛ me na fofo na eni mi dada no ene bia ma kɔgye spec kakra ɛsɛ ene de minya adwuma na meye drive work metwi ka ne pa metwi but me hye da ni ka potia me di adwuma nti sɛ no
so nya ka
metwi nya ka metwi bi gye bi twi nti sɛ no sɛ be na mo so na wadaro ma menye bi kura twitwa na because me started my minya betwi because me timi train mo kwala so on ma ese me hwe me dan ka ne da de sane bari nyina aho kire ne ohawo de ye fa bi mu pa na mo sade we etibisi na mesre so kakra e de ani akọ bola no so enye bola nko e bi ti se Guel filling station a e ho hye no na mato de wo no mu ache omu tank na e wo e fom wo no so no na mfonso kakra yɛ den
right
ɛwɔ ho nti mestre mo ana yɛ kasa so ane ahwɛ ndwuma mo ne ma kitikiti be tosi no na yɛhwɛ na
safety and precaution
ahwɛ no so ama yɛ
very important Kasim mo enjoy insurance package bi ana because I don't mean send ya sebio meaning sound send ya o tin why but o share Mr. Mensah Diana AR ho more insurance package
pacho mi da si ya ni insurance bia na ye me na yeti ase no ya say ya nya 100% ye wo 100% fit ye ko review this time kwa na sika kwa na ye be ko review kwa na e bi ni o meti ase na meti condition kwa na awo wo mko siti na meti ya yin kase afimitim nti ama mintimi ewia me fa ewia msi na ebo meti me brain direct ena awo wo mso a tambia na me o headache sa
omuyi your friend is saying don't pay that doubt
pain ma pampom surgeon no
bacho ma menhwe sorry
surgeon no mu ya step by step omo ya no prekopeni nyina omo di me hospital na almost 6 years na eko 7 years na me go so surgery me surgery back 20 nti ni ye no nkase no mo yi ni kakra na mo yi ni na free so because na I say because CT scan na me koye no e chese ni na say nti omo ntimi yi ni na enfumusa nti omo yi a I say adwin bibia adwin brain dan
brain matter no
na be ma adwin be den
I say
nti omo yen kakra na doctors from so mo ya de pa na mitino na ehia headgear baskana enu am ba ko headgear nti
headgear na ya
oh ya wo mu awure ba mi nim ni price because before on be ye no niro for na mbe de on be su mitino na o ma hwe aye
right
nti ama ni sika sem nti ama
but nti when your compensation bia insurance package I'm shocked maybe I'll put that to
but compensation the manya compensation bia denti ameka say me manya compensation say mo admission and yɛde me sika ɛde sika bla me sɛ sika wei mengyina mfa ntoa medical bills yɛyi me ansa na yɛama me compensation but anokorɛ yɛbaeɛ no anokorɛ ɔmo sɛ ɔmo ama compensation ɛna me sɛ na medical bills nso ɛyɛ compensation na ɛna ayɛ me na kakra ndi anokorɛ ɛnda form
basi sɛ woyɛ den woyɛ adwuma
awɔnde ni o na awɔnde because meti aseɛ no nso meyɛ driver nia te sɛ madam foyi ɛgya ne kaa me no ɛka me ni wohwɛ me ne kɔsi ase a ɔbɛhu sɛ
yes
light sei na mentimi mbie me ni light me ɛna wia nso bɔ a mentimi ntina tam bia wohu me ana mehyɛ spectacles nti adwuma deɛ basisi a me obi dwuma me situation mentimi kɔyɛ obi dwuma ɛsɛ me nska nyankasa me
yɛ kakra wrap up conversation no boss ɛden na wodi gyae
meda wase pacho ni omo kan nyina yɛ no korɛ na nkɔmra nyina no case ni siiɛ no ɛnyɛ hospital baako na ɛkɔyɛ ɛyɛ various hospitals because rage kwalibu 37 and a police hospital bɛyɛ nyina yɛka bɔ mu no yɛhunu sɛ sɛbio Ghana no BBC a sɛdeɛ timamifoɔ no wɔ ɔdɔ de ma ɔmo a bibi ato ɔmo no ɛyɛ na ɔmo nya dɔ na ɛdɔ na ɔmo nya no ɛtumi ba sɛ wament no na adeɛ no nyinaa yɛ dɛn afiri ɔmo ani so because ne yɛkɔ so a yɛdi ho nkɔmmɔ a yɛ nyinaa yɛtwa ahyia nyinaa yɛ ɛnyɛ first time a yɛka bɔ mu adi saa adwuma no ɛna yɛgu so a yɛyɛ no because yɛayɛ bi pɛyi baayɛ adwumadie no ɛkɔ so sɛ a ɔmo hunu yɛ sɛ bi a ɛkɛ me no obi ne nsɛ bibi anto bo hu mi picture na ɔbɛhu sɛ bi a nipa so mɛsin so yɛ dɛn ɛprae bɛni nyinaa mu no yɛaka yɛ ho abɔ mu yɛayɛ na association ase team nti bibi wɔ hɔ nom a ɛmfa nkyɛ yɛnim ne yɛyɛ dɛn ɛkɔm because na ne hospital base a ɔka no me na medi mu bi na yɛde kɔɔ hɔ nom ɛkɔkɔmaa no
ɛno apɛ na nsakae
ɛno apɛ because hospital base
na sɛ yɛyi ne fe hospital a sɛ
mpakyɛw sɛdeɛ case ne tie nie na mempɛ sɛ mɛyusu da word no in Ghana no BBC a ɛnyɛ 2016 2017 ne CAC 2015
that's right
that time na former president John Dramani Mahama enti case ne siiɛ no 2016 yɛto abama nsesa yɛ baayɛ no Ghana no yɛwɔ adeɛ bi wɔ sɛ yɛayɛ bibia in politics but this case is not be politics because yɛna yɛ ho aka yɛna yɛ face problems no enti nkɛ sɛ nipa no hunu sɛ dabi me nua wei sɛ me hunu mmɔbɔ for the situation because we sometimes cry me ne nama me ben no de me nsa yɛ den
because of adeɛ
adeɛ na ɛhyɛ no kwa bo ntimi mbie so atase ntimi mbie so papa yo te wa o kana asem o wo seconds bi aye frɛ o ne chama na de enyo aduma na aye no ye wo ya ye hu eden ye den ewo ma ye de ye den e support be waduma na nya obisa wa unya bi nya den e ma no
okay
na ye kobo bi wo hu nya da bia na ebetimi abisa ade afiri bi ho enti se yenya obi obe support say bi eke association no say na mo hyehyɛ tie say na mo normal tie ye be support mo ade sei
mo ya association mo ya
pacho do no ye nipa 96
okay
survivors na nkasa
right
ebi afiri mu ebi aboda ye nipa 96 sisi ye ya ye wo ha no be ye twahia enam situations na bebre wo mu nti bebre ntime nya den emma ena ye nyina ye ntiba bi faako nti se na branti no tika so sisi okọ central region kwan so
fete
boduase echiro
nti association make your request say association and association here yen min bra pini mo say asema to mo omo betimi adwo mo kakra
that's it me be ma ye problem nyina ne say ye hia moa 1 sika 2 obi a company bi wo hono ma wo worker yɛmu binom wɔ hɔ a yɛho ɛden nti sɛ yɛkɔ na sɛ de koraa no yɛnya wansi deɛ yɛbɛtumi akyɛ mu de bi ato yɛfituo mu sɛdeɛ ɔmo ho nyɛ den no ehia mo yɛbɛyi bi ama wo ebia fadi dwa wo fa dandan wo nsase na wo nso wobɛnya wo dairy bread nti ɛno ne yɛ program kɛse a yɛde to amansa ne ankorankora ni
mo mobile money number na sɛ bibia obɛtumi asɛnde
me patcho
bo number no ya nso mabɔ ne kakrakra yes
Pacho number ni 0543 88 99
45 Pacho bobium
0543 88 99 45
okay and edi ben edaso
Kasim Suraj
okay inti bibi ba Kasim ho abedu mu nyina mo ho okay inti 0543 88 9945 guys let's do this for them. It's important that we help each other. I believe in that. 0543 88 9945. Let's support our brothers. Boss, yeah, wrap it up. Then I'll DJ.
That's the way if my Alex Nessa. But na me bra no so kasa no. O kasa bebre. But see answer no. Ye mu bi. Ebi hia ebi pe adwuma aye. Said ye honorable. So my yet as say bia the more na patam in human for maybe quaint adwuma o me ye no. Ono so my ye kan o ma nya ntese say oni radio stations bi kasa. Ebi ni say adaro man pay. Ya be pie no tie de na so ma medmo coordinator no.
Right.
The woman say e move so on ma. They say like many are making bi wa bitimi kwa store say me koto edru o mo hwe me na mo so mutimi nyi edru ma me online say say me ko hospital nti bia ye wo ha ye ka say in case bitimi aka obi akoma nso na ye mu bia yale for yale sabia nyi sika nko a bitimi ahwe ye pomuden ko ana nya ho de ye wia
enu nti na me bisa insurance asem no because enu hia pa
enu de ye ni bi e wo hono ye ni bi wo nti afiance na odi emu kan bi say say ne maniti no de etu sana mo nti be na mo so 3 FM so enu no so da no ma say ye binya emu o sane mani nyina.
Okay, all right. Kasim o si edine das na Kasim den
Kasim Suraj
okay and the number is 054 88 99 45 054 88
0543
0543 889945. The name on the account is Kasim Suraj, and you would want to drop your widow's mite to support these gentlemen, please. Yes, Kasim.
Pajo dasi ni akonya na o mama enu ndi dasi ni 3 FM etifo nyina ndi yesre mo mbwande anokwe hia mbwa pa ndi nyakopon hyiram pa ndi yeda obiase.
Yedase pa Kasim, Mr. Mensa, and Bibra Thomas. Yedamu nyina se. Na bo connector so mamu insurance. Reverend there so mamu insurance. Obe bompire mamu na mo akwa problem so mamu insurance. And no so de me ka bi pa me insist pa say so mamu insurance. So mamu insurance pa. But thank you very much. We're getting into community connect. Don't forget that the number to support our brothers and our sisters who are victims of the June 3 disaster, 8 years on, and they have told you their harrowing stories, very, very harrowing stories. You've seen their conditions. 0543 889945 0543 889945. Kasim Suraj is the name on the account. We'll switch now into Community Connect. Today we're eulogizing the late Professor Ama Ata Edu.